Alright everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review of the 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina Display. Now, I've already made a video going over some of the cons of the 15-inch Retina, so today I'm going to be focusing more on the positive aspects of the notebook and try and go into some of the reasoning why you would want to get this laptop. Now, the first thing that's going to really stand out for you is the Retina Display. This is the best display on the market out right now. I have yet to see any other display, be it a 27-inch, a 30-inch, or even something as like a good cell phone display, come even close to the crispness and clarity that you're going to get when you're looking at this. At 2880 by 1800, the pixels are so tightly packed together, you're not going to be able to see any pixelation or blurriness whatsoever. When you're using Safari, for instance, or applications that have been optimized for the Retina display, everything just comes out super crisp, really tight, really nice. And when we get into the color saturation and color gamut of the display, you notice your colors look rich, deeper, more accurate, and really they really did a good job also on toning down the glare of it. So when looking at the 15-inch standard MacBook Pro, the glass plate on the front basically makes it a mirror, and it's really distracting, and it's really hard to focus on your content. When using the Retina display, because it's kind of a semi-gloss kind of a look to it, so it's nowhere nearly as reflective as the 15-inch MacBook Pro. So they really did a good job in terms of reducing the glare on the screen. Now, going into the physical aspects of this computer, you'll notice that this is Apple's thinnest pro-level laptop. And Apple did a really good job of making this a thin and light, portable Pro machine for you. On the side, we have our MagSafe 2 connector. And the reason why Apple needed to go with the MagSafe 2 is because the chassis is so thin. And even compared to the MacBook Air, this chassis is a lot thinner than a MacBook Air. So that's the reasoning behind MagSafe 2. You have two Thunderbolt ports, and these are full-speed Thunderbolt ports. So this runs on the Cactus Ridge Thunderbolt controller. And Cactus Ridge allows about 40 gigabits of aggregate bandwidth going through the channels. And as a result, both Thunderbolt controllers or both Thunderbolt ports are going to run at full speed, 20 gigabits per second per each port. So you're not going to have any type of slowdown as compared to USB 3. And speaking of USB 3, that is our standard USB 3.0 port that gives you 5 gigabits of bandwidth going through it. And this is really good for high-speed drives or thumb drives that are coming out that utilize this port. So it's really good for hooking up external storage. We have our combined microphone in and headphone out analog jack, and this also supports SPDIF optical out. On the other side of the notebook, we have our standard SD card slot that has really fast data transfer speeds, HDMI, as well as the USB 3. Another thing that should be noted about this laptop is because it does have two Thunderbolt ports as well as the HDMI out. You can hook up 3 external displays to this laptop and still have the built-in display to your disposal. So if you're doing a lot of professional work, if you want to have one display used for your Photoshop palettes, if you want to have another display for Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere, and you can have 2 more displays for things such as your email or Twitter account or miscellaneous items that you'd be working on all at the same time. So because of the expandability of the display output, I really think that this machine is really geared towards pro users. When it comes to the speed of this laptop, there is a noticeable difference in speed as well. Now, I compared it to my 2.2 gigahertz quad-core MacBook Pro, and this is a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core. So, I compressed a 500 megabyte file, or a 3-minute long QuickTime clip, and I compressed it down, and the 2.2 gigahertz model compressed it in a time of, let me double check, in a time of 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And this laptop here compressed the same file in 5 minutes 53 seconds. So there's about a 52-second difference between the laptops. Now 52 seconds is under a minute, and it may not seem like that much of a big deal to you. But if you are working with large raw files or large video content, and this is the machine that you're using it with, it's good to know that over time it's going to speed up your workflow, and throughout the course of a day you will be saving time when working this as a pro level machine. And the SSD is really fast. I did a disk speed test, the Blackmagic, and it just gave me an error. But when I did run the test earlier today, I noticed that it was topping out at about 350 megabytes for write speed and about 500 megabytes for read speed. Contrasted to this one, which has a Crucial M4 SSD, the Crucial drive clocked in at about 260 megabytes for write and a little bit over 500 megabytes for read. So this is still a very competitive laptop, very fast SSD drive, and even with 8 gigs of RAM, this does only have 8 gigs of RAM, you're still going to be able to plow through most tasks in a very quick and efficient manner. So those are just some of the pros, the positive points of this laptop. It is still rather expensive at $2,300. However, if you give it, say, a year and a half or 2 years, this is going to be the standard laptop that's in the market. So PC manufacturers are going to catch up to this technology, and as a result of the competition, prices will go down. And I would say in about a year or two, we can expect this laptop, the entry-level price, to be $1,700, and that's much more manageable. So that's just my overall review and impressions of the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Alright, that's about it. Peace.